Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for coming out tonight. To our new subscribers, if you're a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you'll get all the notifications of when we go live. Okay, so today we are here to discuss a hot topic. It may be uncomfortable for some people, however, over here at Goddess Tulsa Show, we want to cover all bases. And first and foremost, we would like to recognize our head mod, Sonya Mabia. Sonya Mabia says, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Yes, please do that. And also follow Sonya Mabia on her channel, SONYAMABEYA. She's on all platforms. Sonya says, this is a safe space, so relax and enjoy. Jessica says, oh, and Jessica is our other mod. She's a sweet mod. Now, Sonya will put you in your place. Okay. Jessica will say, okay, we're going to be cute about this and get you right together as well. Okay. So the mods are saying hello to one another. And thank you all for coming and tuning in. Seriously. This is, I really, what I want out of this is just clarity, understanding, and an engagement. And we can agree to disagree and still get along after the conversation is over. So that's my energy. That's what I'm putting out there. And hopefully you all can relate. So the title of the video that we are on, first I want to, I guess, address the first part of it because I know the trans community, we do have allies in in our community. We do have allies. However, misgendering one-sided heterosexual folks, and I'll start there. It's like these heterosexual people, or I'll just say heterosexual people in general. Some, they are cool with some trans women. And as soon as there is a disagreement, as soon as you say something that they don't like and they get escalated, then you're misgendered. Oh, you're a man. Oh, you want to be me. Oh, oh, this, oh, that. And it's like, why? Why do you have to be malicious? Why do you have to get so deep down in the gutter and decide to call me on my name? But I was just someone that you consider a friend. I was just someone that you could trust. I was just someone that was in your circle. I was just someone that had your best interest. I was just someone that you said all these great things about. What's up with that? And we say, oh, I'm real. I'm real. It doesn't seem like it. It really doesn't. It really doesn't seem like it. It seems like you go along to get along. And I understand in the Black community, that's been taught. However, I want to say let's unteach it. Make your own choices. Don't just go off of what somebody tell you. Do your research. Get to know a person. Get to know a person. That's all it takes. And I want to say this, since we are still speaking on, hey, laugh gags and gossips, how are you? So since we're still the first part of the conversation, which is misgendering one-sided heterosexual folks. You have these people that disrespect the transsexuals, um, the transgender women, just trans. I'm speaking on these. I'm only speaking on my lane because this is my experience. You'll get someone that has gotten, that may feel a way about you because you didn't tell them this or you didn't tell them that. Well, first of all, I don't owe anybody anything. I don't care how y'all look at it. A trans woman does not have to offer up her business. Now, whether if I have two genitalias downstairs or not, that is my business. That is my business. And y'all probably say, oh, well, Goddess, why did you say that? Well, when you get into these arguments or these disagreements with people, some of these men, and we'll get to that in a minute, but some of these men will sit up there and some of these women will go straight to your private parts. Well, what's in between your legs? You was born this. You don't know nobody's birth situation because you weren't there. And I think, you know, another thing, oh, I'm a woman. Okay, well, ma'am, you knew you was a woman or whatever that's supposed to mean. Let's just get on that. Whatever that's supposed to be. Oh, I'm a woman. And yeah, okay, well, ma'am, you as a woman opened up your mouth and you fired off. And you got a reaction. That's what it is. That's what happened. Why is it women are so prone to making an excuse for the black man first, but then they'll make excuses for themselves and why they did it instead of being non-biased about it. You know, being non-biased about it. But some people can't look into the mirror. Some people can't look into the mirror. One thing I can say as a trans woman, it was a fight. It was a struggle. It was a journey, but it was all worth it. And I know the things that I've accomplished and the things that I've gotten through, it was because of my fights. I'm not going to change who I am for anybody. And if that means losing people, I'm okay with that. Because if you can't respect me like I respect you, when I get into it or we fall out, we have words, I'm not sitting here, um, oh, well, she was just, she wasn't really a woman, because I could have a different take on what a woman is. I feel like all women are equal. And see, this is the thing. The black woman was the first that touched this land. I come from a woman. I embrace women. I love women. I'm all about women empowerment. I'm all about women's rights. I'm all about standing up for women and backing them because we don't have a lot of people backing us. We even have our brothers going against us. DL Hughley. That's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. But when you talk about, you know, these things, people want to run. They just want to sit back and just enjoy the show instead of speaking up. And that's a problem. If you see something that is not okay, if you see something that's like, that's like totally out of the way, speak up. Don't be in the mess, correct the mess. Okay, so on that note, are you guys subscribed? Because I see a lot of people rolling up in here. Hey, how you doing? But we got a message for you. We'll be right back. All right, thank you all for tuning in. All right, we do have a special guest in the building. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. So, without further ado, we do have a special guest, one of my dear sisters, my sister, and we are going to bring her on as soon as she give us that beautiful thumbs up. Okay. And here we are. How are you, my love? How are you?
Wonderful. How are you, sister?
I'm well, Crystal. So,
That's great.
Crystal, um,
Yes.
let us know who you are, what you do, and what's going on.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me on the show yet again. My name is Crystal Beverly. Can you hear me well?
Yes, thank you. And thank you
All
for
right.
coming on the show again, because
Yes.
this will not be
Yes.
your last presence either.
Exactly. Um, I am with Trans Entertainment Network, which is a management label company solely dedicated to trans artists. I am also the owner of Beauty by 10 Cosmetics, which is an organic cosmetic line, trans owned and operated.
All right. And speaking of, do you have one of your products that you use on standby, or could you tell
Oh,
which?
most definitely, most definitely. I have plenty of products. So this here is one of my glitter dust. I'm gonna open it up
Okay.
and see if you guys can kind of see what that looks like. Can you see that? Oh, so the
Yeah.
fan just blew it. Did you see that? So it's really dusty, and I'm going to demonstrate it a little bit here. So it's called paint dust, but I use it as a highlighter. So it doesn't take much. You see it there on the brush,
Uh-huh.
and you use this to highlight the high parts of your face. So you see that?
Oh, like butter.
And this is the penny shine. I have the penny shine, and then I have the champagne highlighter. So this is number 102 penny shine,
Okay.
and so that just kind of highlights you up. And then you take that and you put it on your nose, on the brim of your nose.
Okay.
Can you
Let me
guys
find out. I'm loving it.
just lightly on the brim of your nose, and then take
Okay.
the other end of your brush and dip it in, and put a little point on your nose.
So is that like contouring?
It is highlighting. It helps with the contouring process. It's part of it. When you're contouring, you want to use a darker color. So you guys see how dark that is?
Yes.
It's very dark. You take a little bit of that, and when you're contouring,
Tanya says hello, Crystal.
hi, I'm sorry I didn't see the comments. Hello,
I
hello,
know you're
hello. Hey,
fine.
boo. How are
I'm reading
you?
them for you.
I'm bad at this. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm rusty. I get it together. So when you're contouring, you take that dark color and you put it right here in your cheek area on
Okay.
both sides, right?
Hmm. And Jessica says, welcome, Crystal, our resident makeup guru.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And it almost doesn't matter what product you use. It doesn't matter if you're using an eyeshadow. It doesn't matter if you're using a darker foundation. It doesn't matter if you have an actual contour stick. As long as it's darker, it will
Hmm.
work, okay? Because makeup is all about blending. No matter what you do, if you blend it well, it should look still pretty, right? And
Yeah.
then you want to go ahead and use that darker part and put it right on the tip of your nose and then right on the edge of your nose. Right on the edge, right on the edge of the brim of your nose. Not in the middle, right next to the middle. Okay.
Yes.
And you see, I'm not putting a whole lot of product. It doesn't take a lot.
You just do that so effortlessly.
And the closer you get to the center, but not the center, the more snatched it looks. Okay. Then you want to
Yes.
take a beauty blender. All right. Actually, don't be scared to take your brush and just kind of fade it out and come up on your cheek a little bit. Come on up. Don't be scared to get rid of that hard line. Okay.
Okay.
Don't make your face dirty, but kind of bring it up so you're getting rid of that harsh line. Okay.
Okay.
You take your beauty blender and blend it in on both sides. Blend your nose. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. It's all
Blend,
about
blend,
the
blend.
blending.
Okay, so you're pretty
Okay.
much gonna do so when you're blending, you want to pretty much sing blend, blend, blend because you said it's all about the
Yeah.
blending, right?
You definitely want to sing it. Blend, 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 blend. Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh, so
So that's
fabulous.
contouring.
Yes, I'm loving it. You know what? I'm loving the products. And also, do you have like one of your foundations that you can show the audience?
I
Um,
actually don't have any of foundations on hand. We are sold out of
sold
all
out.
foundations. I have, my shipment coming in, of course, but we
Yes,
just left from Hawaii, and Hawaii has
big project.
their Paradise Fashion Island um, extravaganza, and it's an annual thing that they do.
Yes.
And the previous years, they have been using MAC Cosmetics every
Mhm.
year. So this year they decided to give us a shot. So they dropped MAC and they picked us up. And basically we sold out of a lot of things. They almost wiped me out. It's a good problem to have.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
everything is still available online. I do have plenty of foundations, a wide range of them, concealers, and pretty much everything that you need is online. That's Beauty by 10 TEN.com. Go ahead, put your things in your cart. Go ahead and cash out on yourself. These products are top of the line, best in the industry. I can guarantee they definitely are a long lasting product, and you're gonna be very happy. What I have on my lips right now is, let's see.
And actually, while you do that, do we still have our code to give to the our subscribers? Is it still the same?
Yes, that code should still be the same. I will make sure as soon as I get a second that it's still active because I don't know how long, but I'm gonna make sure it's reactive so that by the end of the night it will definitely be active for sure, and it'll be the same Queen Tulsa.
Okay. So
Period.
listen, so we gotta just do my name. So TULSA, because that's how you had
Right.
spelled it.
TU.
Yeah,
Right.
LSA.
Did I do that like that?
Yeah. Well, we were rushing. I'm not even gonna lie, it was my fault because I was just like, oh well, boom, 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 boom. And
Right.
I misspelled. So it
Okay.
was my fault. I gotta correct the spelling.
All right. Great.
Thank you.
So this is one of my best sellers. Well, not maybe this shade, but this product. It's a liquid matte lipstick. This is number 118, and it's like a pink blushy color. And I'm just gonna take that and put that right on my lip. And I'm gonna blot it. But I'm not gonna allow it to go all the way to the corner of my lip because I just want this nice rose blush lip, which is like a trend that's going on right now. And you want
Yes.
the round parts of your lips around your lip to still be kind of naturally colored. And
Yes.
then if you want to kick it up even more from there,
So listen, we have a question while you do that.
oh,
Sonia
let me pay
maybe it
attention.
says, I have brown eyes. Which eyeshadow works for me?
So with brown eyes, you can always anybody with any type of eyes can always benefit from nude colors, right? If you're not sure
Mm.
like which colors to use, if you're scared to go ahead and start adventuring into colors, definitely start with nude colors. So this is my palette. It's not for sale, but it is for sale online. And I know it looks a mess, but it's mine. And this is my 35 shade nude palette. So this is a 35 shades of nude, all the way from black to white. Okay, and this gives you every nude shade. There's even some shimmery colors in there. Some of them have like little glitters and stuff. So always try for a nude palette. Today I didn't put anything on my eyes, but if I did, it would have been a brown, natural brown color, and that's always gonna look really, really, really good. But if you have a brown eye, you definitely want to stick with earth tones, greens, golds, browns. That's definitely going to be your feel right there. Even yellows and things like that. Orange, you can even get away with orange. You really can do anything. I promise. You really can do anything. Even with your brown eyes, it might just get a little lost when you try to mix colors, doing cut creases and things like that. So find a color that you like, put it on your eye, make sure that it's nice and blend it out. When you put color, you don't want it to have a harsh line around the edge. Just make sure you soften everything out, blend, 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 and sing while you do
Yes. Oh, we cannot
it.
forget. Listen, y'all. Blend, 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 blend,
Right.
blend, blend, blend. You got to blend it in. Sonya says thanks.
Yes, you're
Okay,
welcome.
so Crystal, speaking of, you are a part of the LGBTQIA plus community. Where do you fit in that umbrella?
I
If
am
you
the
don't mind me
T.
asking. You are the T.
Yes,
Okay, she is the trans. Okay, the transsexual woman. You
yes.
know. Okay, so you are familiar with Shauna Brooks, correct?
I am, sort of.
Okay. Okay, so just your point of view. And before we get to your point of view, we are going to just ask you guys to please subscribe to the channel and we will be right back. All right, and we are back. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you are engaging. Okay. What I was going to say is so you know Shauna Brooks. So let me know what you know about Miss Shauna Brooks.
I don't know anything about her. I just know of her.
Okay. So as far
Except for the fact that the most recent thing with her in Benzino,
Mhm.
in that situation. Besides that, um, I'm not sure her claim to fame or what she's known for. No shade. I do know her name though. I've known her name for quite some time. I never knew what she was famous for.
Absolutely. So here is Shauna Brooks. This is where you all can find her. She is on Instagram and you can find her at Shauna Brooks Official. That's SHAUNA BROOKS Official. And you can find her definitely on there. Okay, so you said that you didn't know her and you knew of her. And
Hmm.
she's one of the trans girls, and yeah, she was in the news just recently with Benzino.
Yes.
So have you ever dated a celebrity?
No.
Okay. Well, you have
Who?
a producer.
A producer?
Mhm. We'll
Okay.
chat about that later. We'll chat about that later.
Okay.
Listen here, I've got the tea.
You must
And
have the tea, honey. I need to know the tea.
well, hold right quick. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we are back. Your husband is a producer.
Oh, well, he's not a producer. He's a manager. He's a manager.
Okay. Well, sometimes, I would say producer because he knows talent, you know.
He does know talent. He does not produce.
Okay, let's get that straight.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for getting that straight.
Okay.
Um, okay, so I want to say this. I don't actually own a cat. Oh, I want to say this. Okay, so my take on Shauna Brooks and Benzino's,
Mhm,
what I saw and what I gathered. I
mhm.
just saw um, a hurt woman that was, in her feelings. And, she just kind of let her feelings kind of get the best of her. You know what I'm saying? And that was just my opinion. I don't know if that's true or not. Everything is allegedly. But, I was just like, I had seen her online and, I hadn't seen her in a while. But maybe it was me that I didn't, was tuning in. But I spoke with her today. Do you want to know what that conversation was like?
I would like to know because we
Okay.
all have our own
So,
opinions, right? So, of course, what does she have to say?
okay. So I'll actually like go through it a little bit. So I'll just brief it as I bring it up. But she was on live earlier and I decided, okay, let me go ahead and head on over to Sis House. And so I went on her channel and I got to talking to her and she was a very fun girl.
Yeah.
Very fun girl and we got to really get into some conversations that maybe you and I would have, but somebody in her statue, like she's you know on the go, she's traveling here, traveling there, she's on TV, she had all these experiences, but she doesn't have a lot of support, and I guess we'll find that out here in the video. So give me a second. And anytime that you want to chime in, throw your hand up or something and I could pause it and you could just jump in and sound off.
Sure thing.
So
I'm gonna just give you the intro. I'm gonna give y'all the intro. Y'all listening? Okay, this is the intro. I'm just gonna give you the intro. Okay, hold on. Oh, it's playing through my earphones. Hold on. What, bitch? What is given? The category is naughty. The category is sexy. The category is Period.
Just like me. Just like me. Just like me. Just like me.
What would they do with a bitch
Just like me.
I tell you what they do with a bitch.
Just like me. Just like me. Just like me.
Okay, that's it. Is y'all feeling that? I got one more. Hold on. So the other one is called Baddie. This my first. I'm featuring on somebody's song. Hold on. So I'm gonna let you hear the instrumental first, okay? And y'all tell me if y'all like the instrumental. Boom. Okay, here it goes. Okay, just the instrumental.
Take that, run that back, run that back.
Oh, hold up. Wrong one. That one's gonna get the people crumb. Okay, now let me give you my this is like rough draft, y'all. Don't judge me. This is rough draft. I got an EP coming out. It's called Wholeville. Okay, here it goes. So y'all like that? Or do we like it? Are we here for it? Y'all here for it? Okay, cute. We'll listen in a sec in a meeting. I did. Bitch, I be fucking with my friends all the time. Like, I'll be like, can I ask you for a huge favor? My sis gonna say, yeah. I said, pop that pussy for a real nigga. That bitch gonna say I'm weak. I was just checking in. Pop that pussy for a real nigga. Period. I bet you if I get on this corner and start doing a handstand, shut this whole goddamn city. While I don't know what none of that shit is. let me go to the dispensary and read what the fuck I can't get into it. So many names to the weed strands, and if they purple and green and oompa loompa yellow, like it's just like I can't. It's too much. So yeah. Oh, I see she joined. She joined. Okay. Because it was looking real. I was real weary. I'm out here talking to the birds. The birds out here is ghetto as fuck. You jump at them, bitch, they jump back. They are not scared at all. Girl, they will antagonize you. Uh, I did. No, I'm not a stoner. I'm just
Shauna,
do what?
do what? You got that lip and that lash like that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Girl, let me
ma'am.
put my Gilda on. Hold on. Let me put my Gilda on. Let me put my Gilda on. How you doing?
Yeah. How you doing, bitch? What's the tea?
Girl, no tea. I love you so much.
Thank
I'm
you.
actually streaming from YouTube. I want my subscribers to know that it says Shauna's EP debut. So we are live on air right now. Can you
Listen.
please, yeah, can you please let the ladies and gentlemen know what are you working on? What can we expect? And where are you today?
Okay, well, I'm in New York City, and I'm working in the studio. I'm working on my EP. It's going to be Hoville, and I'm trying to take the girls on a tour around this globe. You know, I want some house music. I want some trap bowls. I want some R&B. I want some rap. I want a little bit of everything. You know, I want you to be able to either shake your titties or twerk your butt,
Okay.
or fall into a dip. You know, literally.
Right.
However you feeling. So, and that project is in the works. I do have a movie that's out currently, which is called False Advertisement. You can watch that, stream it on Tubi, the Tubi app. I don't know. I don't even know what Tubi is, but you can go on Tubi and watch the movie. I heard it's doing really well. So I'm just working on more gigs, you know, like, girl, I'm just out here hustling, doing what I got to do, staying low key and staying out the way.
Well, I want to bring this to the audience. Those that do not know Shauna Brooks is a very popular girl. She is a well-known transgender woman, and you're linked to some celebrities, which we won't name call today. But I want to say this: out of all of that, people don't know that you are smart as a I don't even know
A
what's the phrase.
cockatoo.
Yes, you are. I mean, you are very intelligent. I love your activism. I love your fight. I love the fact that you are taking this world by a storm and you are going through it as a force. And I stand with you. And I know you get a lot of feedback and a lot of backlash on certain things that hit the internet. But right, wrong, or different, I'm here to say that I stand with you, and I believe in you. Yes.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That really is touching my soul today. You
Yes.
know, like sometimes I really don't be knowing like the extent of me just being, living, and doing me, how it inspires a lot of other people to, you know, to push and to literally reach for their dreams, because it's not easy. Like, I just went into the doctor's office today, and she was like, so, you know, how's everything going? And I'm like, it's going, because that's all we have to do, and that's all we can do is push forward. If we don't, you're gonna be like stuck and depressed, and who wants that? It's too beautiful outside not to be, you know, out here really chasing your dreams. Like, and I don't judge people for what they do and how they do it. I just want everybody to be great. I don't understand why all of the hate always comes into play with people. Like, if it's not hindering you or taking money out of your pocket. Let people be and do what they do.
Yeah. And I feel like that's the problem here. And I'm actually going to be doing a show tonight because I really want to talk to our heterosexual community head on. Because 1 minute you're cool with the trans women, and the moment that you fall out, is all this name calling, this all this, and I want to know
Isn't
why
that disgusting?
it's very disgusting. Because then y'all they push this rhetoric. Oh, I'm a real woman. Oh, I'm real this. But really, you're a fake. You're fake as your fucking hair, your nails, and the lashes, and all the extra amenities that we add on. And no, we're going to peel back the layers, and we're going to talk about the uncomfortable
Some
topics.
people can't understand and grasp the many layers that it has within itself. Like they say, the 50 shades of gray. It is literally 50 shades of being trans, and it's so deep, and it's so many different levels, and so many different, perspectives and understanding of that people just can't get past what they see, and that's the problem, because it's not what you see, it's what I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when it's conflicting and confronted, and it's two different, is appearing to be two different things, that's when people get confused.
Yeah. Another thing is the black man is always going to be protected, and the reason why I say that is because
I don't understand that.
always, and the reason why I say that is because 1 minute, okay, let us see. Yes.
Hey.
I feel like you need your temperature checked.
Yeah, that salt and pepper was nice. Won't that nice in them scrubs?
Yes.
Girl. I just found out I need to post up right here every day and pull the doctors.
Yes. But let's just say this. So the black man is always protected because he can fuck with a gay man, he can fuck with a trans, he can fuck with
Stop
anything.
protecting them. You know who it is that's protecting them?
The black woman.
Or they're enablers, the ones who want to be like, I get a lot of hate from gay men in general about DL men. Ooh.
Because
why
they're
are
okay
y'all
with
protecting?
being seen after 12 and in the dark and being a secret. That's their life.
That's not okay. They like all of that seedy stuff. No, it's not okay. Stop enabling these niggas. Like, what the fuck? Oh, you can't don't out nobody. Well, wait, what? It's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right. But
trans
you know what?
Women will always be controversial.
But then they're too. It's the gays and us. It's been a divide for so long, and it bothers me. I'm not gonna lie, it bothers me.
Yeah,
because they can fit in and out of society.
Mm-hmm.
They they're still protected. Oh, I ain't dressed like no woman. I ain't trying to be no woman. And that's the phrase or the statement. You want to be a woman.
That's because they're not confrontational like trans women, because on the flip side of the coin with females or cisgendered women, they see that as a threat. Mm-hmm. And it's like, we're not a threat. If anything, bitch, we're getting treated the same way, just like y'all are. The same men that is fucking me are fucking y'all. Those are your husband and your baby daddy. Mm-hmm. Let's be clear. And the reason why they don't understand it is because they will always see them for the act of being gay, but at the same time,
all right. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I was just saying yes.
Okay. I thought you were like, okay. I didn't know if you were trying to chime in.
Yes.
Won't acknowledge that my name is still gonna be Peaches in your man's phone.
Right. No matter how you look at
not
it,
Paul,
no matter how you address
not
it.
Paul.
Yeah.
He could suck dick all night long. Mm-hmm. He's still gonna say he's straight. As soon as y'all realize that and understand that, y'all be able to understand what these niggas talking about and what they really doing.
But then I gotta push it to the dude. That dude entertain transgender women and that are bottoms. Like, dude, do you need a fix right now? Like, because you know,
listen, this a whole new generation, and the girls that are top girls, to me, and in my opinion, I love all the girls, and all the girls are cunts, okay? But if you are using your penis outside of survival mode, if you're out here just comfortable being dick and tits and just shaking up the yard and
Right.
pouncing on the boys, and that's your thing, and that's your juice, do you, by all means necessary. But that's not a transsexual woman. Because a transsexual woman, the mind does not reflect what the body is projecting, and it's a disconnect. So therefore, I'm not going to utilize a tool, literally, for any type of pleasure. I don't care if it is pleasurable. At the end of the day, that's what causes gender dysphoria. So if a man comes out and he's like, my thing is this, we could do whatever we do in the bedroom. That's me and my boo.
Right.
We could do all of the things. We could 69. We could do everything. But don't come at me talking about, yeah, I'm ready to suck some dick. Right? That's gay.
What? Like,
gay.
Get back on that app and like
find somebody else.
Go find you a husband.
Listen, they want T.S. Annabelle Hole Puncher.
Right.
That's not ladylike. But that's okay. The girls can be okay because you don't have to fully transition when you're a transgender.
Right.
You know, but I'm a transsexual woman. Right. And that transsexual woman part, that means that I'm a woman.
I'm a woman. I feel
and
like
a lot of men love the aura and the facade and the illusion of a trans woman. You know, like niggas tell me all the time from my personal experience. That's all I can talk on is how, you know, I get the Chanel's on the nails, you know, or I add a little, or I use all of the aisles in the grocery store. I couldn't stop at just one. I had to go down every last one of them, use every new product. Like, I'm into all of that. I'm about to get out here in a two-piece. I'm about to put on these pumps in this bag and get to walking. I got me fucked up. It's a beautiful day to prostitute.
In the neighborhood.
Listen. But yeah. Listen. I don't like the enablers and I don't like the DL men. I don't, I feel like we have gotten to a point in society where we really protect, especially Black men. And that's like, I'm not here to protect or, place their business out on Front Street because only they can do that. However, I don't like when society comes at me and like, oh, well, now you're outing him. I'm gonna be outing everybody that I have any type of affiliation with to the day I die.
But this is the thing. When women or guys are in relationships, I see men and women going to social media and sounding off about
women do it every day. Women talk about their baby daddy every day. All day.
But when we do it.
But when I'm telling you my experience with some niggas that wanted to come up to my house, eat my bonbons, and steal my pocketbook out of my oven that I also gingerly hid underneath the bottle. Bitch, now it's a problem. Oh, okay, I'm outing him. I shouldn't be doing that. No, you didn't read the principle. He robbed me in my home. That flew right over your head.
They didn't care about that. They didn't care about it. They still wanted to find an excuse to protect him. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be straight up since we're talking real. That's just like, okay, I was talking to my sister one day and I was telling her about her dude. And the first thing she did was start to make an excuse for him when he was telling me the truth. Like, hold on, sis. See, that's the problem.
They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. No, this
don't
is what I
touch
love.
my man ain't gay.
Oh, my man ain't gay. Oh, my man ain't gay. No. Oh, no, he fell.
You about to get paid.
You okay? You okay? You about to pull
Trying to go over there and help the man.
He gonna pull it. He gonna pull it, Aaliyah. He gonna dust his stuff off and try again.
He go, okay.
He gonna do it again.
Right.
Yeah.
So listen.
Oh no! A pothole.
So listen, so back to you. I'm loving, like I said, are you gonna write a book? I mean, and then T.S. Madison.
Listen, my book is still unwritten.
Yeah, because you have been working on a book for
I have several books in me. Several
okay.
books. I have one book already completed. What I want.
I got something for you. Hold that thought.
Oh, what you
Hold
got?
that thought. Hold that thought. So yesterday my message was avoid negative sources, people, places, and habits. Okay.
Okay.
And then so today what I have for you is B. So yesterday was A, so today is B. Believe in yourself.
Period.
Screenshot that. So then when you
Period.
get down, you look at this.
Period. I got it.
Okay. I wanted you to have that.
Thank you. So yeah, so that was a really great conversation, and the people like to hear me when we talk about topics like this, because honestly, I don't understand how a lot of people going on these podcasts and these different shows and stuff and having all of these conversations, but the real gritty conversations that trans should be included in. Sometimes I be feeling like they be hating and they don't want to give the girls, a space to speak freely. Because a lot of people, look, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of females look up to me and they, they're inspired and oh my God, I want the whole family. The whole family.
Come on. Come on.
The whole family. I want them
Let's
all.
go to
brunch. Listen. So I feel like they don't want to hear the true truth because a lot of women ultimately, like all my girlfriends are industry associates and they all have relationship lovers. Bitch, I don't never get an invite to a fucking baby shower. I don't never get an invite to a wedding. I don't never get an invite to like intimate spaces like with their other counterparts. It's always on my turf. It's never let me invite you to the Sunbeams committee or podcast. It's never that. You know what I mean? Right. And you have to really understand why.
Well, listen,
they know why.
Well, I want to say this. You're always welcome at Goddess Host the Show. This is your home. This is your safe space. Come over and kick your shit. You got projects, come over. Okay, so Crystal?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. What are your thoughts, honey?
Well, so I think my thing is we have to learn to, and I'm coming back to the camera in 1 second. But
yeah, you're fine, my love.
We have to learn to protect our space, right?
Yeah. Now, what do you mean by protecting our space?
And with that, what I mean is you have to know, how can I put this? Growing up, or not growing up as a child, but coming up as a trans woman, right?
Uh-huh.
I call myself doing very well at surrounding myself with people who love and respect me, right?
Right.
And it doesn't matter if it's a family member, a friend, a colleague, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's no different when we're dating as trans women. We have to stop allowing people to come into our spaces that don't deserve our presence, right? What do you mean by that, Crystal? That means if you can't handle the territory that comes along with a certain type of person, then you simply shouldn't be around that person, whatever that is. So now we're specifically talking about DF men.
Not for a booty call. not
For
for
not for nothing. If you know that you're the type of person that cannot handle that type of situation. Me, when I was coming up, we yearn for love,
Mhm.
but you have to learn really, really quickly the difference between love and lust. You have to know the difference when a man loves you and when a man just wants to have sexual relations with you. If you're okay with that, then be okay with that. But don't turn around and get upset when that man is not giving you everything that you want. When you knew kind of from the beginning what was going on. That's how I feel. When you know that, hey, this is not the type of man that is going to hold my hand walking down the street. This is not the type of man that is going to take me to lunch. You understand what I'm saying? And then
Yes.
when it comes to a celebrity um, level of it, then I feel like some things, and this is no shade towards anybody, but it kind of feels like clout chasing. Because I'm sure that's not the first DL man that you met or have dealt with. But because this person is well known or you have a platform, now you want to expose him. What about all the other DM nobodies that you've messed with? You know what
Well,
I mean? And it's like, oh, now let me put this out there because people are going
well,
to talk about this.
well,
And
she
I'm not
has
saying that's the situation. I'm saying that's what it looks like. And
right,
that's how people are going to take it.
but she has had like previous boyfriends in the past that she, that were openly on her social media and
Mm-hmm.
on her YouTube channel, and
Mm-hmm.
she actually shared her love story with her first love. I believe his name was Anthony.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not specifically just talking about one person. I'm not just talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
Shauna. I don't want any shade thrown any direction.
right.
Um, I'm just saying when that happens on a celebrity, I don't care if it's
Whoever it is, you saying whoever it is,
whoever it is. Yeah.
right?
Because sometimes, on a regular basis, people, I guess they do run in social media and put all their business out there. I don't think it's cool, period. When you're
Yeah,
dealing with somebody, even when you're dating, that's nobody's business. Your relationship, nobody should know anything about your relationship beyond you getting married, because that's something you might want the world to know.
yeah,
Everything that happens in between is nobody's business. And if there happens to be a situation where it doesn't work out, divorce is just public record. It doesn't make anybody's business, but that's the only thing anybody should know. Hey, you got married, you got divorced. Everything that happens in between, that should stay between you and that person.
that should be sacred.
It should
I get
just
what
be
you're
sacred. And that's on any level. I am guilty of putting my business on social media. I've done that once. I was so hurt and I was so angry and I felt like everybody needs to know. It was nobody's business. Why? Because we got back together. We got back together and all it did was put bad blood in the air, right? That's why you shouldn't even go to your family members and friends that you bring this person around because you spilling all this bad things that happen, and now they're gonna look at them sideways when they come around. But y'all
because
still
you
together. Y'all still
no, guess
together.
what?
So what was the point of that?
You forgave them. I didn't because
Exactly.
this
I
why,
forgave them, but you didn't because you my mama or you my
yeah,
brother or my cousin or my friend, and
and
all
that's
you can remember is the bad stuff. So
the
if you
bad
have
stuff.
to vent, if you have to let it out, journals and diaries are still a thing. And then, sometimes you can just, if you have to talk about it, talk to somebody that don't know you and your partner and your business and your family and friends. It could be a
There,
random coworker or somebody
I
on the
was
train that you just passing by. It could be the clerk at the gas station and y'all into a conversation. You just need to get it off your chest. Fine. And then you will never have to worry about bringing your loved one into the presence of this person that you just let all your business out to. But sometimes you do have to let it out.
yeah.
Therapy is another thing. Sometimes you need to do that, and
But
go and
see,
literally talk to someone if it gets to that point.
I
But
disagree when you say like, to your friends or something like that, because their feedback is probably not going to be the feedback that you need. I mean, they could say, "Oh, you need to lead this person."
it's gonna be
Well,
biased. It's gonna be biased,
yeah.
And so if you don't have a mutual party, and someone that you can trust to talk to that's gonna give you the straight up, then keep it to yourself, child. Some things you have to keep to yourself when it comes to your relationships,
Mhm.
especially if you're married,
Yeah.
and
Now,
then you already
to an
know
extent.
what level of exposure your relationship is on. If you know that you are secretly dating someone for whatever reason, even if it's just because y'all not ready for people to know that y'all messing around,
Mhm.
you keep that to yourself. They fuck you over, then you on to the next one. It does more damage to go and blast it for you and that person, because now people are looking at you like, okay, well, if I fuck around with this person and it don't work out, they're gonna put it all on social media. And now,
Yeah.
and on the other hand, you're making the other person look bad. We don't know the whole story. It's just, it gets to be a lot. I just don't think it's ever a good idea to put anybody on blast. And I can't say that I've never done it. Sometimes you get so mad and you're so hurt and you feel like I need to expose this person, but it really doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't change anything. That person's gonna go continue doing what they're doing. It's not gonna stop them, from doing whatever that there is that they're doing. All it is now, just like if we use the situation at hand, all the girls are gonna be trying to chase after Benzino now. They don't give a fuck about him being DL.
Right.
That's
Right.
all they did. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And now Shauna is gonna look like the bad guy for exposing him. Even though they don't know how she felt. They don't know if she felt hurt, she felt this, she felt that. We don't know if he promised her more than just,
That.
the quiet relationship that they had. We don't know what this man told her. There was audio. It did sound like, he was playing the, oh, I want to really fuck with you role more than just, like I'm sure he was feeding it to her more than that. You know what I mean?
Let
But
me ask you this: have you ever heard that? Have you ever heard those lines? Have those lines ever rolled off the lips of a DL guy or an alleged DL guy? Like, have you ever heard those words that you heard on the video?
there was once upon a time where, now I would keep it real. I've messed with guys. I knew they were DL. I knew it was just sex.
Hmm.
Didn't need or want anything. Matter of fact, if my song is called "Pick 'Em Up," if you go and take a listen to that, it'll explain to you exactly what I mean. You pick him up, you take him home, you love him to death, you send him on his way, and by the next time you're ready to get some action, you find somebody else. You don't go back to him. Anyway,
So you just leave them like a dirty rag.
that's how. If you don't do them like that, they're gonna do you like that.
Oh,
But
okay.
there was once upon a time when I had pretty much just got out of a relationship.
Mhm.
And I was just tired of these bull crap relationships that were not beneficial or meaningful. And I was just like, you know what? I know what type of girl I am. I'm not the type of girl to be to just be lonely.
Right. Yeah.
But I am not in the mood to deal with a relationship. So I really wanted to find a friend that was just that, a friend, so I could just have some male company, and then you go home.
Right.
That's it. That's all. And so I had met this guy, whatever his name is, LA. We'll just call him that. And I don't know. It's like when I first met him, he was cute or whatever. We exchanged numbers, however it went. He had his hat on. It was dark. I guess I didn't pay him much attention. But when we met, he called me and we ended up meeting, in the daylight, and I was like, God damn, this nigga it's fine.
Mhm.
And he told me that, he had a girl, and that I don't know if he said he'd never I don't think he said he never dealt with a trans woman before, but I don't think he's ever been with a trans woman in a full blown relationship, obviously. I think he just dibbled it down, down low, God or whatever. So I'm like, oh, perfect. This is just what I need,
Mhm. Right
somebody
on
I
time.
can send home. He has to go home at the end of the day, So great. I didn't give a fuck about her, and I just did it. I'm sorry at that time. And maybe that's karma is a bitch. Anyways, I didn't care at that moment. He was very attractive, and we had a lot in common. And he would come to my house every day when he got off work. He would spend a couple hours with me. We would do a lot of talking, and it obviously became sexual.
Mhm.
But it was more than it was more than that. We started to really fall for each other and start saying the I love you word and this, that, and the other. And then I found myself, it became harder and harder not to call him during the day when he was with her. And it was a couple of like, oh, I got a call right now and this, that, the third. And it would get a little, to the point where he was telling me like, he was going to leave her and, move in with me, if things didn't get better, da 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 da, this, that, and the third.
Promises.
I mean, he was telling me how he felt in that moment, and I believed him. What did it was I told him that we need to stop this right now. This has to stop. Because if you decide that you're not happy where you are, I don't want me being the reason you decide that you're not happy.
Mhm.
My husband. Hi, babe. I'm on a live right now. The
Hello,
Queen hosts the
Stan.
show. The Queen hosts the show.
Hello, Stan.
She said hi. Yes, I sure will. Okay. I love drama. All right. Ooh, drama, juicy.
Drama.
So wait, where was I saying? Where was I?
You were
Oh,
saying,
so I told him that we should, stop because I didn't want nobody to get hurt. Be it me, him, her. There were children involved. It was just getting way deeper. Neither one of us really, like, expected to like, really be into each other that way. And I mean, I was going all out, like doing things that I hadn't done before, lingerie and just all types of stuff, like anyhow. And I really did want to be with him. That was the crazy part. Like I really wanted him to leave her. It was
mhm.
so crazy. And it didn't feel toxic at all. I didn't feel bad. I was the side chick ultimately, and I was okay with that. It's so crazy, but eventually we had to just let it go, cut all ties, no communication at all. And that's cool. Um, and it just it was a couple of times where I I feel like I'm definitely where I'm supposed to be and who I'm with, who I'm supposed to be with. So I don't want this to come off wrong.
Right.
But there were some other opportunities that was I guess, missed. Like, how can I explain this? Like, I would have met someone who, we were really into each other. We might have lost contact, and then by the time we get back in contact. Oh, he's with somebody. He got a kid now. Da, da, da. It's like always that story. And it's like, wow, oh, now you're married, and this, that, and the third. Like that happens a lot. And all of that led me to where I am now, and all of those experiences have made me grateful to have the husband that I have, because and we're not legally married. We've been together 6 years. He's too old to be calling him my boyfriend. That's my husband.
That's right.
And so it makes me grateful to have him, because I never had to worry about any of that. He's not that's never even been
An
a
issue.
question. It's never been an issue. It's never been nothing.
And one thing
He
I
makes me feel like the woman that I'm supposed to feel like. He doesn't make me feel like a secret. He doesn't make me feel like it's a thing. He doesn't make me feel like, oh, we need to make sure we don't go in this area, don't go to that spot, or don't.
yeah.
We go all over the world. We've been all over America. We go wherever we want to go. We do what we got to do. I feel safe when I'm with him. He have told the world, even though some of these bitches try to act like they don't know who I am, they know.
They know. But let me just say this on your husband's behalf. Like your husband has always been for trans women. Your husband has always stood up. Your husband has always lent an idea, an opportunity.
Way before I came around. Yes.
Yeah, way before you had come around.
Mm-hmm.
And I was modeling, and um I had a great opportunity. I got to meet Tiana Taylor. I got to meet a few celebrities on his behalf and through his connections. So I'm so happy that he found somebody his equal, you know, and you guys will be married soon.
Yeah.
However, yeah, I mean, I'm thankful for it all, but I didn't want to miss our comments. As we were talking earlier, Sonia said, "Nope, nope. I tell my friends to work it out, and when you're ready to go, you will leave and not look back." So I think that she was talking about the point where we're not going to tell somebody to leave a situation. We're not going to give them advice on negative advice, I guess. Tulsa, you making me want a wine cooler. Oh my God. Yes, it is so good. This Jessica says this is a good this is good advice. I am guilty of telling the poor Circle K clerk everything about my day in 5 minutes.
That's good. It's sometimes you need to vent. You need to get that out. People can come in your life for a reason or a season. That is really good. One thing that I have learned, and one thing that I carry with me that I learned from a play by Tyler Perry, one of the Medea plays. People come into my life in the category of retreat. You have leaves. Most people are leaves. You have millions and millions and millions of them. The wind blow, they over here. The wind blow, they over there. They unstable, they unsturdy. The season change, they wither or die. You get a whole new set of leaves. Most people are leaves. They only there for a season to come and take and keep it moving. Don't get attached to any leaves. Let them go. Then you have branches. There are fewer branches, and they are a little bit stronger. But if you need them and you hang on it, it will break and you will be out of the game. So don't get fooled by those branches acting like they're going to stick around, acting like they got your back, acting like they're your friend. And when you need them, they're not there for you. But all you need is a few roots. It's even less roots to a tree, 2 or 3 at the most. Strong, sturdy. They're not going anywhere. Don't nobody have to even see them. But you know that you have those roots at the bottom of your tree. That's what holds you. That's what keeps you up. That's where you get all of your spiritual nourishment from, all of your encouragement from. And it's only a few of them. It's even fewer of them than anything else on that tree, but it's the most important part. And that's all you need. Once you figure out who's a leaf and who's a branch and who your roots are, then you'll be able to navigate through this thing called life a little bit better. I used to think that I have to be surrounded by a lot of people. And on this journey that I'm taking, I've lost a lot of people, especially ones that were there from the beginning that I thought was going to make it to the end. And if you know you have a destiny and a calling on your life and you're going somewhere, everybody that started on that train is not going to get off at the end. So you're going to have to let go of some of those branches. Those are branches. They might have been there for a long time, but they will break. You know, I have some branches that I held near and dear to me. You know, when I started doing this music, I didn't start it by myself. This wasn't a dream that I came up with by myself. I had friends and, you know, specific friends that I would have wanted to do this with, a music group, things that in nature. I don't have those branches anymore.
Right.
Who are my roots? My mother, my father, an aunt, an uncle, and my husband. I got those 5 people that I know, like, okay, unwavering, unconditional love. I have those 5 people. I have friends really close to me, you know, that I love dearly, you know, and they might be the veins of the root, but I know who my roots are, you know, and you got to figure that out. You have to figure that out. And I don't want anyone of my friends or family members that I'm close to get offended by that, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. And I like how you speak unapologetically. It's like, you know, when you have been through life and you've been through things and it's like, okay, I want a peaceful life. I want a happy life. And I know that there are some things that I'm going to have to change to gain and get that, you know? And so yesterday, yesterday I put up this in the title, and it is avoid negative sources, people, places, and habits. And so um, today is B. So A, avoid negative sources, people, places, and habits. And B, believe in yourself. So today we're on B. So we're going to believe in ourselves. I don't care where you at in life, what struggles you've been through. If you've been through some trauma and you're still dealing with it, I encourage you to seek professional help. But I also encourage you to believe in yourself. Being a trans woman is a fight in itself. You know, we're gonna watch the rest of Shauna's interview and then we'll come back and give more commentary. How does that sound, Crystal?
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Let's see.
But I feel like um Shauna, you are not an idiot. You're not a dumb lady. Like you.
Okay, sorry about that. We did have a comment. People come in your life for a reason or a season. April Showers had joined in. Hello, April Showers. Welcome to the conversation.
Hi, April.
And Sonya says, I have 3 roots and I have their back and they have mine. I trust them fully. One I have known for 40 years. Absolutely.
You have so much power. When you speak, you have a message. You're not just speaking. And I've heard you speak before. I've heard you talk before. And I know that you're an actress. You just have to recreate yourself. So rebrand yourself. Even if you have to just do something live. Hey y'all, I know y'all are used to one thing, but however, Shauna is doing a 360. So if you're not down for the Shauna 360, then you know you got to get left behind. But we're going in a different space.
My personal business would be my personal business. And when I'm speaking on events, I'm going to be speaking at events about situations. You know what I'm saying? I won't
But you know, and I give that, and I tell that, like even behind the scenes, like even
but
like with
except
like
my raw footage as well, except my raw, because I can only be me, and we don't want you to lose your authenticity, because some people, they get a little money and then they change. So I still want that, but I feel like just a different tactic.
Hold on. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on you. What's up? What's good? Huh?
Where are you at?
I'm right here on in Central Park. I got on a Gucci bra with the double G's.
Okay, you ain't gotta tell me all that. I ain't even there yet.
Oh, so what's your ETA?
I'm at home getting ready to leave.
Okay, all right. So just text me your ETA or tell me.
With the double G's.
I don't know exactly where you are.
Okay, I'm gonna pin you my info. Okay.
We got
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my New Jersey boyfriend.
Okay.
You know, I got a New Jersey boyfriend. I got a New York boyfriend. I got a DC boyfriend. I got a DC white gay boyfriend. I have 3 boyfriends in Atlanta, and besides me juggling, because you know I be like this.
Girl.
That wig. That'll be going. Period.
You're not gonna change 3 wigs on me, bitch.
Listen here, we had company.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Right. So yeah,
I'm confused.
I feel the same.
I'm confused.
That you're saying. I just feel like there's a lot of gatekeepers behind.
I'm confused.
So says she's confused. Okay,
You lost
tell
me. I'm totally confused. I'm so lost. So I understand that the chronological order in which events take place is very important to any debate or dispute. We have to know what happened in which order it happened. When did she get all of these boyfriends? How is that fair to then expose another man for not wanting to commit to you, but you have boyfriends in every city?
So you think those boyfriends came before or after?
Okay, so that stuff came
As
out
well as
how
it was
long ago?
exposure for him, it was probably exposure for her too.
How long ago did the videos come out? The you know the you know the mess. How long ago?
I want to say it came out last month.
Okay, so within a month, you have now 3 boyfriends in Atlanta, 1 in Jersey, 1 in New York, and I mean, come on, you know, when you're on camera saying things, you have to make sure that you keep account of what you're saying. It has to make sense. It has to add up. Now you got some people that was feeling sorry for you. Some people that say you're the bad guy. But now you're saying you got all of these boyfriends, but you want his commitment and you want to expose him for not having that.
Well, and then we have to remember that the interview is still going.
Okay.
Brace yourself. But I understand. And
Fix my ponytail, child.
I understand it. Let's call a spade a spade. I can
Bitch,
see.
hold my ponytail. Bitch, hold my ponytail. Bitch, hold my ponytail.
Let me hold her ponytail. Let me hold her ponytail.
Let me regain my composure, honey.
Okay, you ready? Yeah.
A lot of gatekeepers and a lot of girls don't. You know, a lot of other trans women don't want the real truth to be out there as well.
Guess what?
That's another
Create your
truth.
YouTube channel. I'll support it. I'll promote it. I'm not asking for nothing.
Okay.
Make one.
Okay. Even though I know it might be because everything is so sensitized. You know, the discrimination with our censorship is real.
But check this out, Shauna. I feel like with you, your softness calls out to me. You need a podcast.
If you want to
Listen
hear me
here.
talk.
They there's no we're gonna fix you up right quick. There's no opportunity that you can see right now, right? So you're gonna create. What do you want? You want to get your messages out there, right? Create your YouTube channel. Get that started. Just pick up the camera like when you just want to talk. That's what we want to hear.
Okay.
Or hey, we're about to go to brunch. Let me sit down and have brunch and talk to y'all. This has been on my mind.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna get that.
Create
up.
a YouTube channel. Like create your YouTube
I
channel.
already got a podcast. I already got a podcast.
Oh,
It's
well,
called Transy Media. That's what it's called.
can you
It's
send
on
me
all
the
the
link?
platforms. Yeah.
What? How do you spell? Say it one more time.
TRANSGENDER. Transy Media. Hello. Lord, I said trans. The man looked back at me.
And that's on all platforms?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I got TRANSGENDER.
Yeah, trans and then E Media, MEDIA. So Transy Media.
Trans E Media. Okay.
Yup. I'm on Anchor.
Yes. So listen, any positive words that you would like to say to those that are watching this live?
If you're not making no money off of sucking dick, bitch, you dumb and you stupid.
Well, no. Off the things that they have heard about you, what do you want to cut? What do you want them to know about who Shauna is?
A ball of fun, a ball of love. There's this one guy that I was talking to the other day, and he told me, he said, how do you show love? And he said it was like 5 different ways to show love. Act of kindness, monetary, spending money, physical, and 2 other ones. I can't remember all 5 of them, but mine is act of kindness. If you really knew me, I would really do anything and everything that you would need, or that I could help out whenever I'm literally around someone. That's what I want people to know. Like, despite what everybody say about me online and on social media, if they really knew me, they knew that I'm not any of those things that everybody makes me out to be, or that blogs make for click flight. You get what I'm saying?
I have a message for you from your bestie. She's been seeing all this bullshit going down here. She's watching over you and she's still with you. But she said keep pushing. But she see all the fucked up shit. I don't know, it was a few people that y'all knew that kind of turned on you or whatever. I don't want to get too much into that. But she says stay 10 toes down, bitch.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
That's from Miss Baxter.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Girl, listen, go full throttle. Full throttle.
Daughter, will do.
Yeah. Whatever it is. You get the message. Right.
Okay. Thanks, sis.
Yes, take that. Enjoy yourself. I love you so much. And I'm going to pray before we go. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing me and my sister here to engage when 1 or 2 are together. You are in the midst. Give her guidance and protection, and give her a vision of her dreams, and let her definitely push through with it. Lord God, we just ask you to remove anybody that's negative in her circle that's holding her back. We send those attacks tenfold back to the senders. And we just ask for her to be covered from her goings and comings, from her highways and the byways, from the crown of her head to the sole of her feet. Protect this goddess in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen, my love. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
You're welcome. Peace.
Girl, you know I don't know how to end this. Okay, boom. Okay, y'all, I gotta go. That was a lot for me. Thanks, sis. I appreciate y'all coming in today. Oh.
Okay, so what are your thoughts?
Well,
You have a did you do you have a change of an opinion
no,
about Shauna? No.
I don't have an opinion about Shauna. I don't know Shauna. I wasn't speaking directly about her. Just more so about the act of, you know, how we deal with DL men. We all know what's going on. Only we can allow them to continue doing what they do. Just like she said, like, these guys, you know, I don't put nothing past no man. Okay? No man is safe. So for the women who got their man and they think that they man tucked tight, kept in the corner, girl, please. He'll be the main one. Okay? So we have to stop allowing that. And the girls are not going to stop allowing that. You have to understand that. Now, I never understood the big conversation about the issue between gay men and trans women because all of my best friends were gay boys or gay men. I never had a problem with the boys. Um, what I have noticed is that the boys have a problem because the girls are getting the guys that the boys want. And you have some girls who have transitioned or become femme queens
Hmm.
solely for the attention of men.
For the attention of men. Yeah. And
Solely
they
for that
call
reason.
them microwaves in our community.
Okay. Microwaves. Well, microwaves, okay. That's new.
Mhm.
But those are the ones who just, and they don't carry themselves as women. They don't
Oh,
have the mindset of a woman. It's
let
just for
me
the attention
explain
of
the
men.
microwave so it doesn't seem like I'm being rude. So a microwave, we put stuff in there and it's quick. It's quickly done rather than
Mhm.
going through that transition of the
Right.
phases and not really just jumping out there. Now
Right.
we say microwaves, that's like somebody putting on hair and saying, you know, oh, I'm a woman. You go through the phases.
They get
See
the
what's best
hair
for
and they
you.
go get some boobs right quick.
Yeah.
They're not on, well, hormones doesn't really make you, you know what I'm saying, a
As long
woman.
as you got the
But
money,
they're
you're
not
gonna get
going
the
through their
food.
process. They just, oh, I got the bags, I got my bundles, bags and bundles. Boom, I'm a femme queen. I'm gonna go give me some dick. That's really what it is. And it's like, it's different levels to this shit when it comes to trans living.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they are, or for so long have been, the face of the trans woman
Mm-hmm.
to the heterosexual world. This is the imagery that they think of when they think of trans. They automatically think of that type of woman. Up until recently, where now you have trans women that are shown in a more positive light or
Janet
taken
Ma.
more serious. The Janet
Uh-huh.
Ma,
Janet
the
Ma.
Laverne Cox, the Dominique Jacksons, and all of those girls.
Right.
Um, and we often leave out the trans man in this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Everybody just thinks of the girls all the time. Trans men have some of the same issues that we face, that we have. Um, Although most of them transition better than us, no shade, and they can live their lives sometimes a little bit more under the radar. I had a trans male friend. I didn't know he was trans. He was doing a trans event, and I was like, "Well, how did you get involved in the trans community?" He was like, "Oh, because I'm trans," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Right on.
Had
Damn.
no idea. I went
They can
to
blend. That's
the
what you call
trans.
blending into society. They can
And
blend
you
in.
know what? You have your girls that that do blend into society. You know, you wouldn't know, you know, that she was one of the girls, you know,
Like
if she
I
doesn't
told
tell you, you know, she's professional and she's this, she's that, and she doesn't care for anybody to know, you know, and then you get one of the girls fagging out down the street and you just like, that's why we in danger, you know, because it becomes to some people,
a joke.
obnoxiousness is offensive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter who it comes from. A lot of people don't like Nicki Minaj because they feel like she's obnoxious.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have someone who is different than you and they come around you being obnoxious and they're basically throwing themselves on you, in a so to speak, look at me, here I am, bitch, I'm, it can be offensive. It can upset people. You know, it's not always because of who you are. Sometimes it's what you do and how you do it.
Yeah, how
You
you're
know,
carrying on.
and it gets so deep when I say it's different levels to our transitions. It affects the way we live, the way we get our monies,
How we're
it,
perceived.
how we perceive everything. Because sometimes it is harder for some girls to just walk into a job and get employment
Yeah.
based off of their first and just how they look or how they carry. If they're not passable enough, or if they, you know what I mean, if they look, you know, if they don't look as fishy as the next girl, it's harder for them to go into workspaces and just go to work, get their coin, and go home. They got to get harassed. They got to get followed when they leave. They got to do this. And so then they feel like, well, the only way for me to survive is sex work. And then they
Mm-hmm.
go back to that, you know, and it gets deep. It's so many levels to it. But at the end of the day, it's all about respecting yourself and what's our topic for today, believing in yourself. If
Yes.
you believe that you can conquer and accomplish these things, then all you have to do is put one foot in front of the other, one step at a time, and you can accomplish those goals, you know. And I'm here to be, you know, a testament to that. You know, I come from the south side of Chicago, from the hood, just like everybody else. But I decided that I wanted something more, something different, you know, and now I get to look at the girls that's on TV now, like, okay, they're opening doors.
They're
The
opening doors.
things are changing.
Yes.
And we have a lot of trans people in most major areas of entertainment um, or of celebrity or popularity besides the music industry. We
Mm-hmm.
have famous actors. We have famous trans actors, famous trans politicians. We have famous trans athletes, comedians. I can think of everything, but not mainstream music. There's plenty of trans artists out there. Some of them doing their thing, but I can't name off the top of my head one person right now who is charting on billboards who's trans, be it a man or a female. You
Right.
know, if it is, let me know because I don't know about them. You know, and so I'm trying to break into the mainstream media. Um, I have a big show coming up on June 19th in Memphis, Tennessee.
That is
It will
true.
be at the Overton Park Shell. It is an outdoor concert, and the headliner is none other than the baddest bitch herself, the Queen of Miami, the rock star Trina.
Yes.
And there will be a lot of other artists there as well. So I'm trying my hardest. Anybody in the Atlanta area that knows how to dance and wants to be a dancer and wants to open for Trina, please hit me up in my DMs because I'm desperately looking for some dancers. And yeah, that's what.
Now, which channel do you? Which where can the people find you at? Where do you want to be contacted?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and or Twitter.
Cover girl.
Oh,
Cover
did you
girl.
hear?
I heard cover girl.
Okay, hold on. Speaking of CoverGirl, let's go ahead and get this CoverGirl situation out of the way first. And then we're gonna be on Instagram, so then we'll take it straight to your page. So you want me to go to your the Crystal page or Beauty by 10?
Both.
Both.
Oh.
Got you. All right, guys.
Both.
In just a minute.
You know that young man is gay. You are not a cover girl. You know that young man is gay. He wants you on his arm to convince everybody else. You don't have to stoop to be a cover girl. On your wedding night, he's not able to perform. He leaves the house, leaves you alone. He's using you. You don't have to succumb to the tactics and trials and schemes of the devil. You are not a cover girl.
So as long as you know you are not a CoverGirl girl, ladies, if you get any suspicion, just ask your man. Don't bash him. Don't do none of that. Okay, so let's bring up Crystal's page so you guys can follow and subscribe to her on Instagram. So, what do you think about that commentary from the pastor child? Why am I not followed you?
You know what? Whew, that is deep, and it's hard to say because I'm have a personal experience with this specific topic and subject going on now inside of my family. And I don't want to say too much, but it happens more often than people realize. There's a lot of people, men and women, who are married to the wrong person, period. And a lot of those people are married to the wrong sex. And there are different reasons why people, get married and stay married when it ain't right. It can be a marriage of convenience. It can be financial. It could be a spiritual arrangement. Or sometimes, men definitely use women as their beard or their cover girl, as she said. And some women know about it. Some women are okay. Some women turn the other cheek. Some women don't have a clue. And they will never know. And it's you just can't put anything past anyone. And I'm just speaking from experience. I know some of the men that I've dealt with that you just would never know. You just would never think that they, and sometimes I like to think that, it's me.
It's me.
Sometimes
It's
it's me.
Maybe it's the realness.
Like I remember there was this one time, this guy was trying to holler at me, but this is someone who I grew up with. We came up as children. I've known this person since I was probably before we even could remember or say each other's names. We were that young.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of these years later, come to find out, now, he has a crush on me, but not any other trans woman. I'm the first woman trans woman who's caught his attention. And sometimes that's the case. Even with this situation with Benzino and Shauna, she could have very well been the first trans woman to catch his attention. The first one that he ever messed with. This could very well be true, But even in that, you have to know that it's unfortunately an experiment for them.
But listen,
It's a fantasy to them. It's not usually in that situation when it's their first time, their first experience with the trans woman. Usually that's not something that's gonna stick, or they trying to figure themselves out. And if they haven't been, and they grown as hell, and they haven't figured it out in all this time, they're not going to figure it out right now. You have to know who you are to them in that moment, and you have to be strong enough to deal with that and be okay with it if that's something that you're going to partake in. You can't go into it and be oblivious and be naive. You just can't. You have to protect yourself and protect your space. If you're going to allow that person to come into your space, be in your presence, then you have to know what you're dealing with, what role you're playing in that moment, and either go ahead and enjoy yourself, have fun for that night, and then, you move on. Now, when you're really trying to find someone to date as a trans woman, you have to find time, right, to yourself. Be with yourself. Know who you are. Know what you like. Know how you want to be treated. And allow that space to actually find someone. That don't mean keep fucking everybody in the meantime until you find someone, because that is distracting your spirit.
right.
It's not leaving you open and clean and pure for mating or finding your soulmate, the person that you gonna want to be with. And when I first met Stanley, I had to do that. I had to really get into me.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get back into me. You go through things, you don't reflect on them. You just go into the next situation and you haven't learned anything. You
So let me ask
become
you this. Let me ask you this. Have you ever encountered like any backlash? Because I know you said, Stanley is very open with you, but have you ever had any backlash from females? Like, let's say, even the females that you're cool with, like, have you ever like had an experience and y'all had a bad word exchange and they misgendered you or tried to belittle you as far as like
oh
your
well, in that sense, yeah, those are some of those branches that I was speaking about.
elaborate on that a little bit so then the
Um,
people can know.
so, um, I have some friends that I made that, we were friends for a long time, and you think you meet a person, you think that person respects you, and you find out, you got to know when you have a relationship of convenience with a person, right? A lot of times, your coworkers, as tight as y'all might become, those are relationships of convenience because y'all see each other every day. Especially if it's a job that you work for a number of years, right? So y'all see each other all the time. So y'all hanging out all the time. Y'all communicating all the time, right? And y'all feel like you're just so tight with this person. And then you transfer jobs. And now you don't hear from these people at all no more, period. But you used to hang out with them every day, every weekend. We were always together, carpooling, doing this, doing that, right? I had to learn, okay, this is a relationship of convenience. It's only convenient because I see you every day.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm removed from the situation, it's not important for me to be in your life. I was just there for a season to turn up, have a good time, whatever, the life of the party. Let's have shits and giggles. Then you start thinking, well, was I the joke of it all, the butt of it all? Was I the laugh factor? What was it?
Right.
You know what I mean? Why is it that now I thought that we had such a good relationship? Now that I'm not in that situation no more, whether it's you transferred to school or you move to a new neighborhood or
Right.
whatever it is, that happens too. You could be the people in your neighborhood. You hang out with them. They at your house all the time. Y'all in the same neighborhood. You move to a neighborhood, another neighborhood, y'all don't hang out no more. You don't see them anymore. That's a relationship of convenience. So when those relationships are coming to an end, you have to know, once again, who your real people are. And it's not any different. And so to answer your question, right, it was a young lady who, I thought we were so cool and so close. And although we met before my complete transition, once I transitioned, she had a hard time getting with the program. And, it happens often with people who knew you from before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who know your dead name, or who, I had a cousin who was like, oh, I've known you since you was in diapers. My mother birthed me out of her coochie. She respects my pronouns and my name. She knew me before any of y'all. So
Yeah.
that is not an excuse.
Exactly.
You can't use that. My
Mm-hmm.
mother knew me before anybody on this earth.
Mm-hmm.
She respects my pronouns. She named me something
Exactly.
else. She calls me what I told her my name is. And I don't understand what the big deal is with people in these names, because if Sally goes down to the courthouse and changes her name to Jennifer, you're going to call her Jennifer because she changed her name.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares about the sex of it, or who cares? If Sally changes her fucking name to Jennifer, out of respect for Sally, you're going to now call her Jennifer because that's what she told you her name is. Doesn't
Or
matter what it was before.
Sally went down and changed her name to Crocodile.
Then
Well,
guess what? Now
legally,
we got
you
to call her
got on there
Crocodile.
was
That's
Crocodile.
her name,
Yeah,
Crocodile.
legally.
And it's the same thing here. If I tell you my name is Crystal, that's what you're going to call me. I don't care what it was before. I have another friend who I consider like a sister, who had a friend who passed
Was this
away.
a
You may
cisgender?
know of this, huh?
Was she cisgender? So was she
She's
biological?
cisgender. And, we became really good friends. And she was having a hard time too. Normally,
Mm-hmm.
I would just cut people off, because another thing, when you were saying before believe yourself, it was avoid places. Dun, 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 dun. I always say, hey, we have this thing called free will, which means I don't have to be bothered with, go any place, put up with anything I don't want to be bothered with. I don't care if it was my grandma's sister. I don't care if it's the job that pays me. I don't care if I don't care who, what, where, when, how. If it don't sit right with my soul, if I'm not comfortable, if I'm not wanted. I had a conversation with my uncle. How you gonna get a job? If they don't want to hire me because of who I am, that's not where I'm supposed to be. That's
Exactly.
not where I'm meant to be. Period. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah, sometimes we
We
have to
have
be
free
okay with
will.
that. Yeah,
Huh?
sometimes we have to be okay with that.
I'm perfectly okay
I'm
with
not
not
supposed to
being
be here.
somewhere I'm not wanted. I am
Exactly.
okay with that. That was the one thing in Pose. I think it was the first season that was irritating me, which I understand. Don't get me wrong, because it's the same thing, same rights that we fought for as Black people, right? But she kept going to that bar where they didn't want her. And yes, okay, you might have every right to go in that bar, but why be somewhere you're not wanted? Even
Right.
if that's the only place in the earth to go to have a drink. Well, it look like I'm gonna have to go to the damn liquor store and go home and have a damn drink. Or find another place where I can go and have my drink. I'm not gonna keep going.
Well,
And get me wrong. Obviously, without people doing that, we wouldn't have the right to do
they,
this and to
yeah,
do that. So I'm
yeah,
not knocking civil rights leaders. I'm not knocking the
I
pioneers
get
of
it.
Stonewall at all.
Right,
Any of that
right.
kind of stuff. That's not what I'm saying. What
It
I'm
is.
saying is, in this day and age,
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to do it. There
No.
are places that we can go that will accept us with loving arms, that will pay us to work, that will serve us when we want to eat, that will house us when we're on a vacation. There are, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
if you got your 2 or 3 roofs, then I'm the only people you need to be calling on the phone, because anybody else that can't respect me, I don't need them in my life. I
Exactly.
will work a little bit harder on people that I care about. Like, my dad still does not respect my pronouns.
Mm-hmm. I
I
have the
love
same
my
issue
dad.
with my dad.
I love my dad.
Well, it
I love
was
my dad.
better.
I love my dad. I'm gonna have to work on him. I
Yeah.
was talking about my play sister and how I had to really get her together. Like, listen, I understand where you're coming from when you say, well, this is the person that I fell in love with. This is the person that I grew up knowing. This is the person that I knew. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yet and still, if you want to be in my life today, I'm not that same person. You cannot continue to try and subject me to somebody that I am not any longer. And it really doesn't even have to do with anything other than the fact that I have grown so much that you're not going to continue calling me my childhood nickname. I'm not that kid no more. And I even have to get people like my father to understand that, you missed a lot. My dad has always been in my life. Don't get me wrong. He raised me,
Right.
but he
Right.
missed a lot of my adult years.
Yeah.
And so you don't know me in my adulthood. You
Mm-hmm.
can't expect me to be the same person that I was when I was a child. Granted, the good qualities are still there. I'm still sweet. I'm still nice. I'm still optimistic. I'm still um um open. I have open arms to anybody. You know what I mean? I'm still that, but I'm not naive anymore, and I'm not oblivious to
Right.
the bullshit. That's the difference. And so when you continue to try to call me this person that I once was before, you just setting me back. I'm not that person no more. I've moved on from that tremendously. Like, I am a total different person. I don't do the same things. I don't talk about the same things. You know what I mean?
So
So
let me ask you this. What advice would you give somebody, male or female, that just recently found out that their loved one is transitioning from one gender to the next? What advice would you give them, in how they should handle um, addressing the person that's in transition?
it's and this is gonna be a very um small minded comparison, right?
Okay.
But it's just like a car, right? People have their car, people love their car, people take care of their car, right? You take your car to get resprayed. It comes back and it's a different color. It feels weird. It feels new. It's definitely feel different when you're looking at it. But when you get inside the car, it's the same car. It still drives just as great. it still gives you that same feeling from the day before. It just has a different exterior. And I think that's what people get. I think they think that they really think we crazy.
Yeah,
They
they do.
really think that, you know what I mean? I'm the same on it. My heart, my soul, my spirit, it is the same. My exterior may be different. It may be a little bit more feminized or dressed up. Or
Voluptuous.
on the other side, it may, but for the most part, most of us remain the same. Now,
Right.
some people get out here and get to acting fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. That is possible. We can't speak for everybody. But
Right.
if you have someone that you love and they are transitioning, all you have to do is ask them, what do you want me to call you? And start there. That's it. It's all about respect. About respect. And if you cannot continue to love a person after finding out that they are transitioning, they're gay, they turned purple, whatever, then did you ever really have unconditional love for them? There are so many, and we all know this, so many parents who have exiled their children for being who they are. And then they have rapist, murderous sons that go to jail. And then when they get out of jail, they have to throw a celebration for them and a welcome home party for the criminals. I don't understand it about black people. They return the cheek to a molester. There are families out here who know that the uncle is messing with the niece and they're not doing anything about it. These girls are having these men babies and everything. You have molesters, murderers, plenty of murderers. Our community, our young black men are shooting and killing people left and right like popping Skittles. No outrage from the black community about that. Um, Plenty of thefts, domestic violence. No outrage about that. But when it comes to the LGBTQIA community and the black heterosexual community, it is so much divide, discrimination. It's so much of it. And it's like we have been triple marginalized, not only from the rest of the world, but even from our own community. And I don't understand division, period. I really don't get it. I don't understand why one person thinks they can be superior over another person. I don't know where that comes from. I don't know who gave that power. I don't know if it seems to be, I always wondered, I know that physical things can be passed on, hereditarily, you know, an illness, a trait, a physical trait. But I always wondered if mindsets, how does a mindset, and I know it happens, but how does a mindset continue to get passed down
It's generation.
through hereditation, through generation through generation? And so when you have the mindset of a slave, and that mindset keeps getting passed down generation to generation to generation, how do we overcome oppression? How
I'm gonna
can we overcome that if this mindset keeps getting passed down and passed down and passed down? And you know what's so crazy is that I didn't I didn't think that racism was um, gone away.
right.
But when Obama was in office, I saw unity amongst people in America. I saw the unity, and I really thought things were really changing quickly. And I thought we were on a steady up and up. This is what I thought. And then
It was
Trump
a
gets in
mission.
office and exposes it all back open that it's actually worse now, probably with the way they feel. Maybe not with what they do, but the way they feel, it's worse now than it probably ever been, because now we are making moves. Now we do have power. Now we can do things, and they are doing everything in their power to make sure that we stay oppressed, to make sure that we stay in poverty. And when I say we, I mean Black people and minorities, in case anybody is getting lost. So, I don't know, girl. All I could ever tell anybody is focus on yourself.
Yeah,
Okay?
but this is a never
It's
ending
all about,
conversation. You know, I said this is a never ending conversation. So
it's
I
a never
understand.
ending conversation.
Yeah.
So all you can do is worry about you. That's all you can do, because guess what? When Obama was in office, I was at my personal low in life. I didn't have shit going on. Donald Trump was in office when I decided to make something of my life, to go after my dreams, to start my music career, to start a business. Trump was in office when these things was happening. So although we are indirectly affected by who's in office, is not the end all and be all to how you're gonna, to whether you're gonna be successful or not. It's up to you.
Yeah.
That's
And
proof right there in the pudding. When that
yeah,
Black man was in office, I didn't have nothing. Nothing. I didn't get nothing. I didn't see nothing. And when I started changing my life around, it was somebody else in office. But it wasn't stopping what I was going to do, because I had made up in my mind that this is what I'm going to do. I don't care who's in that White House.
right.
I don't
Jessica
care.
said the
It's about what I want to do, and taking it serious, believing in yourself, and taking things serious. You can believe all you want to, but faith without works is dead.
yes, Jessica says the way America acted when Trump was in power was fucking embarrassing and dangerous.
It was very, very dangerous. It was frightening. It was so many horrible things going on that were never justified. And it's frightening, and I used to be a high head a little bit, I'm from the South Side, Chicago, a little rough around the edges. I had to learn to, what, you can't just be popping off. I ain't got no gun. Back in the day, you pop off, we might fight, get it done. You know what I'm saying? Now,
The right way.
the right way. But now, it ain't like that no more. You have to watch what you say. You got to watch where you go. God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and a sound mind. So be not afraid when you're going through your daily endeavors. Pray over your life. Plead the blood of Jesus. If you believe in Jesus, if you don't believe in Jesus, I believe that those people, they don't really care anyway. So they just coming and going. They don't give a fuck. But for us that cherish our lives and want to see glory on the other side, you pray, and you pray, and you pray, and you cover yourself. You pray for other people. And you can't live in. And I was afraid my last year in Chicago, terrified. I'm like, I'm not gonna make it out of here alive. Afraid. A bullet came through my wall. They were steady shooting at the boys next door. I'm like, bitch, I'm not gonna make it out of here. I was afraid, and I had to keep saying that to myself. God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and a sound mind. God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and a sound mind. And I had to keep saying that until I was no longer just afraid on a daily basis, because I could be sitting in my living room and get shot. That's how bad it was, because the bullet came through my living room. I wasn't home when it happened, but I very well could have been sitting in the chair where it came, and so you have to ground yourself in whatever you believe in, whatever it is, and you have to work on it. You have to work on it. You gotta take it serious, whatever it is, and you
Let
can
me
do
ask you
it.
this. So as far as like a message out there to the cisgender women, I guess I would start first. Um I don't know why it's a divide. I wish that it wasn't, but I'm here to say that I love all my women. And just because we disagree or we might feel a way about each other, it's never okay to sit up here and discredit a transgender woman's journey, no matter how you feel and how upset you get. So if we can just respect each other and not entertain or engage in the misgendering, the gay bashing, the hate speech, and all that, like we can get somewhere. What are your thoughts?
Um, I would just say that, to piggyback off what you said, we definitely have to stop hating each other. We have to stop blaming each other for the things that these men are out here doing, because it definitely seems like the cisgender woman gets a little, what's the word? Salty when, you know, they notice a fine man and he want to be with a trans woman, or even if it's a fine gay boy and he's openly a gay man and he dates men, they still be salty. It's like, look, there's plenty of men out here for everybody. A man is gonna do what he want to do regardless. Okay, it doesn't matter. Why should it matter who he cheating on you with, sis? If he cheating on you, then maybe that's not the man for you. Stop fighting for that man. Um, and yeah, that's what I gotta say.
Okay. Well, listen, I do want to pull up your Instagram, which is Beauty by 10.
Hmm.
So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys go over and check out Crystal's Instagram, Beauty by 10. The link is definitely the link to her site is in the bio. Why can't oh the link is in her bio. I definitely want you guys to check it out. So that's BEAUTY underscore by BY underscore 10 TEN. Subscribe, jump on the site, use the code. We're definitely going to be working on that, working on the code. And if you want to get personal with her, instead of just having a business page, she has a personal page, which is Crystal Beverly. And right here, you can find all her updates and all that good stuff. Did you want to say anything about your upcoming events, Crystal, or inform the people about anything?
Um, right off the top, like I said, I am opening for Trina in Memphis on June 19th. I also will be in New Orleans, 4th of July weekend. I will be performing July 2nd. I will also be performing I have quite a few days scheduled. There is a flyer that has like all the dates on there. So I will repost like my schedule, my dates, what city I'll be in and what day I'll be there. But just go ahead and go to whatever streaming platforms you listen to your music at, whether it's iTunes or Spotify, even YouTube, Title, and just type in my name, Crystal Beverly, and go ahead and start listening to some of that music and downloading it and getting your life. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Thank you guys so much. And definitely check her out, check her products out. I'm infatuated with the foundation because you get to use all your product. I know I was a Mac user at first, And so I was so upset every time I would get to the end. And it's like, how can I get the rest of that product? But your product, you push it all the way out.
Yeah, so it's a pump. And the pumps obviously are great for portion controls. You can control how much product you're using. I always say 1 to 2 pumps just for an everyday look. And I would say 3, maybe 4 pumps if it's red carpet or an event where you're going to be photographed, things like that. But the amazing thing about it is as you pump it, the bottom of the pump rises up and it squeezes out all the product. So you get all your product right to the end. You don't have to get a little brush and be in there digging it out. Once it's gone, it is gone. And then you have to go back to beautyby10.com and order some more.
All right. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming out. If there was a topic or there was something that we missed or didn't speak on, definitely sound off in the comments. You can also contact me at goddesstosa@gmail.com. So definitely stick around on the channel, and we will definitely be pushing more content like this. We'll be having more uncomfortable conversations. Um, and we want to give a special thank you to our special guest, Crystal Beverly, for stopping by, giving your input, giving your feedback, engaging, and also informing uh, our audience of like coping skills and what to look for. Okay.
Thank
So
you.
no problem. So with that being said, until next time, I'm your host, Goddess Tosa, and this is Crystal Beverly.
Bye, guys.
Go support the ladies.